With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Talladega for 300 miles here tonight. Stage racing on play, but it is the start of the round of 12. Let's go ahead and take a look at our points coming into tonight's race. On top of it all, it's going to be Matt Gruenberg, Jamie Walker, Dalton Kilroe, Matt Hackathorn as the top four. Fifth on back, it's going to be Derek Paulson, Corey Sherman, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, John Perkins, Brian Dees, Tanner Mart, Jordan McAvoy, and James Miller. That is the 12 that are getting ready and set for action here tonight. Again, we've got 300 mile stage racing. Stage number one going to end at the end of lap number 36. Stage two at the end of lap 72. And then we go all the way to lap 113. And we've seen a couple of what would have been cautions here during practice, but a lot of good side-by-side racing. My name is Chris. With me, as always, my good friend Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how are you?
Hey man, you know me, but we're at Talladega, baby. I'm happy.
I do know that. Talladega is, well, fastest speedway in the world. Let's get it done. Of course, we do have a little bit of time. Round of 12. The season is starting to get down there as far as time is concerned. A lot of cool paint jobs out there we've been looking at. And who is going to team up with who? That's always the question here at Talladega, because you can't win it by yourself.
Well, if you see that red and white number 86 out there, Chris, you want to get by him and just go.
Yeah. Congratulations goes out to real world NASCAR driver Kyle Larson for securing his championship run right before we went live here. What a season he had. 10 race wins. Second only to Matt Gruenberg. Oh, now I'm crossing him over though, Rick.
You are.
And I know
maybe we just need to get Kyle Larson in blazing pedals on Sunday nights.
I know you're happy about that.
You know I am. You mean the last real NASCAR driver? What you meant to say?
Yes.
Although he finally did cry today, but he cried because he won a championship.
Yeah.
So we'll give him that.
So. That's a great reason to do so. Let's see who we got. Sam, shall we? Good to see you out there. It's going to be some good racing here tonight. I can tell because Sam's not on track.
I mean, it was a historic championship too, Chris, if you think about it.
Are we going back to Larson?
We're going back to Larson.
Okay.
We're not done yet here at Blazing Pedals. We still have, 7 races to go to get ours.
Yeah.
You know, Kyle Larson, the first Asian to win NASCAR championship. Historic, bro.
Just think, last year he was watching it all go down. This year, champion.
I want to see what his new house looks like. Because he even sold his house down in North Carolina when all that went down last season. And now, I mean, championship, 10 races won.
It's a pretty good year.
I think he moved up to a double body. I would. I'd buy another trailer to put on top of my trailer. That's all I'm saying. True story.
Oh, Lord.
Or Sam Baumgarten, he's in chat right now because, he's one of them fake Larson fans. I've never seen a 42 car out of him.
That's true.
When he became a Hendrick driver, he was all about it. I was a Kyle Larson fan. And why I'm so excited, Chris, I was a Kyle Larson fan when Dale Jr. decided that he was going to retire. I was at a loss, man. I mean, we lost Dale Sr. in 2001. And I mean, back then, obviously Dale Sr. was my main driver, but I was a fan of juniors also. And my dad's a senior, I'm a junior. That, it kind of worked out. It was cool. And then I really felt at a loss. Like I was looking at some of the older guys, and I'm like, I don't spend that money to get everything going. I don't know, but then I picked Larson and I stuck with him, so it was good to see. Let me tell you, Sam, that doesn't work. Okay, that does not work. Number one, there's already 5 in the league,
and he's better than you.
And he's better than you. That's point 1. And point 2, I always found that when you do like a NASCAR driver, like back when I started racing in NASCAR racing in 2003, of course everybody wanted to be either Dale Jr. or Dale Sr. The 3 and 8 were always taken. I was given the 38 number. I was like, I don't like M&Ms that much. And back then, I think it was Sadler. It was in the 38, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. And I was like, oh. But I did a cool paint job. It was the 3 of Dale Sr. font and the 8 of Dale Jr.'s font. So it worked out. But when you pick your number as your favorite driver, it never ends well for you. You never have a good luck. And so you got to go local. You got to keep it local.
Speaking of keeping things local, these guys are going to keep things local on track right now because they are doing a little pit party. First opportunity we've seen most of the field stacked in 2x2 going down this big track.
You're watching that, Chris. I'm watching another smaller pit party. Actually, it's 3 Speed Mafia members that are racing the 76, the 22, and the 33. They look pretty good down there on Old Digger. Happy to see Amanda Sherman there in that front row there of that pit party.
Well, she was in the front row, that inside line pulling pretty hard already. And this is one of the things that I was looking for, Rick. And just how competitive is that second row going to be? We know there's a rule for the third row. That doesn't come into play until, the last couple of laps or something like that. So we don't care about that one as much. But look at these guys. I mean, they are digging hard for any sort of gain on track. Now the top side of the track's starting to move. So it looks like we may be doing side-by-side racing here tonight. Not the worst thing in the world, by the way.
I mean, that comes at a cost, though, Chris. I mean, we've seen it a couple times already during practice where a couple of big ones have happened. Of course, it doesn't matter in practice. You press the button, you reset back in your pit, you go again. But during a race, it ain't good. You got to be careful. But it looks like the drivers are definitely keeping their space in between them and doing what they have to do.
Want to send out a big old thank you to Savage Edge for sponsoring tonight's race. If you take a look on the bottom right hand side of your screen, that's Corey Sherman. He's a iRacing driver. Of course, we've also got the Soul Steel of the 17 of Brian D. We've got the 73 of Casey Campbell. How about last season's champion, the 41 of Dalton Kilroe? The 16, the Hurricane, Ian Habiak. The 42, Kyle Wellman going to join us. And the 10, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, who was not in last week's race, decided, maybe I should probably race this year or this week since I'm kind of in the championship hunt. Probably a good call there. TBB, you never know with him. Look at this guy. They are practicing 3-wide racing already. We can't even do that unless there's a few laps left. We'll see.
Yeah, but that's what practice is all about, though, Chris. You just start practicing for the race. You know it's going to happen at some point.
Oh. Careful, boys. Now we're going to go 4-wide now. What the heck? Might as well.
Yeah, Terry's in that white car there, Shelly, in the middle lane right now. The red and white.
Yeah, he's the 86 in the middle. His original throwback.
And if you keep watching, we keep it right here. It's not going to be the 09's fault, but the 86 is going to turn directly into the 44.
Terry Foster drops it down to the inside. He's going to be right in front of his teammate. 44 of Aaron Bockover. There's a story of the season right there. Bockover gonna try and get a win here at some point. He has had one win, although it was taken away from him due to incident count.
I mean, it's a little cold up here in Vermont, Chris, but my
It
wife
is, buddy.
working. My wife's working a weird shift for the next week or so, and so we got the heater on down here. So I was like, man, it's warm, but got to keep her warm too. So I am wearing my "Make Aaron Great Again" shirt.
Nice.
With the sleeves cut off and everything, hoping to get rid of that hashtag bad luck Bockover. We need that to go.
42 degrees and clear out there right now up here in Vermont. Oh, and here it goes, the big one. This is what we don't want to see during the actual race. Oh, and it's happening further up in the field. Oh, there it goes. Hey, guess who got a piece of that one? You'll never guess.
That's what we don't need right there. That's what Bockover needs to stay away from.
Aaron Bockover got a piece of it, but that was the end of practice. Let's bring on qualifying. Oh man, this is gonna be a good one. I'm excited.
Does it Talladega, maybe?
Yeah, that's what it is. I get all excited for Talladega. Aaron Bockover sitting on the end of pit road. Joshua Rutherford says, you guys can stay back if you want to. I'm going for it. The 55 going to step foot out on track along with Jeffrey Fisher in the 98. Casey Campbell in the 73 also coming out. Joshua Rutherford, Corey Rutherford, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and Amanda Sherman all going to be on track during this first qualifying effort. Hey, Aaron brought it out. All right, well, we'll keep it here with Jeffrey Fisher on the 98. And then we'll try and bounce around so you guys can try and catch your favorite driver. All right, Jeffrey Fisher across the start-finish line. He goes on the time clock. Heading into turns 1 and 2. He's keeping it up high. Going to try and keep that momentum on the first lap, then probably bring it down low on the second lap. Joshua Rutherford about to cross the start-finish line for his first lap. It'll be close between him and Jeffrey Fisher. Rutherford on the pole. Fisher right behind him at 54.401. Jordan McAvoy third so far. Corey Rutherford sneaks up to second in the number 5 car. Remember, he had a podium finish last week. Corey on top of things. Amanda Sherman up to the second spot. A good qualifying run for Amanda. Aaron Bockover running in the 6th quickest spot so far. Dave Seats in the 14 takes over third. Moves Rutherford and the whole lot on down 1 spot. Foster, Bockover, McAvoy. That's Jordan McAvoy. 10th quickest. He gets bumped by Josh Klinger. And new second spot. Going to be Jeffrey Fisher on his second lap. A 53.688, slightly faster. TBB up to second now. 53.656. Kyle Wellman with a 54.253, good enough for 9th so far. Ackathorn moves up the 6th spot, 53.714. Dave Seats holds cool in 5th. Perry Foster, 2nd lap. He increases his starting position up to 9th so far. How about the Soul Stealer, the 17 out there? Somebody forgot to tell Brian Dees that that paint job didn't work out so well for him last week, and and he's still running it. Halloween is done, bud. Brian Dees, one of the drivers that really needs a good finish here tonight. Had some serious problems last week, including spitting out on pit road. Bet you he wishes I'd forget about that. You know the other guy that did that? Dalton Kilrow. Brian Dees, his 2nd lap. Good enough for the pole. A 5.3, 6.30 for Brian Dees. What a shot in the arm for Brian Dees. With over half of the racers already having qualified, that's a great way to make sure you're going to start up at least towards the front. James Miller comes across the line, shuts it down, 9th starting spot, 53.716. The Hurricane out there, bringing it out on track for the first time. The TRJ Karting.com Ford Mustang, driven by the Hurricane, Ian Habiak. He's got his dad, Tim, right behind him. I think Tim was going to try and snap, kind of, oh, no, he's just taking dinner. Good job, Tim. He's a great dad.
Actually, that looked like a piece of pumpkin pie or something. Whipped cream on top. I don't know. I think Tim's like, hey, boy, where's my pie?
You ate my pie, boy.
That pie's for me. I bought you on Crustables, damn it. Great jelly ones, too. I'd love it if Tim, I don't know, Ian's laughing right now, but I'm sure it's because of Tim. But it'd be great if Tim would walk in and throw in a Crustable at his head right now.
That would be funny. Boom, headshot. All right, Habiak on the time clock. Takes so long to get him on the time clock. You almost forget what you're doing, but here we are. Ian Habiak has moved down to the bottom side of the track, going to try and find some speed in the TRJ Karting.com Ford Mustang. And the Hurricane heading in turns 3 and 4, and then down this long front stretch. Man, it takes forever to get down this thing, even at speed. Cross the start finish line, and ooh, nice lap for Ian. 53.680, good enough for 5th quickest here so far.
Not a bad place to start.
Little less than a half a lap to go for Ian Habiak to see if he can increase his starting spot. But right now, Brian Dees has it on lockdown.
And still a number of drivers have not come out, Chris. Matt Grunberg, Corey the Shermanator Sherman, Josh Sexton, Race Clark making his appearance back here in the O2. Rick Thompson, Fred Thompson, Randy McAvoy, Ty Morosco, Tanner Marr, Brad Collins, Kilrow, John Perkins, Van Vliet, Walker.
And a little slower for lap 2 for Ian Habiak as the Hurricane woes it up, and we sit here with less than 2 minutes to go of this qualifying effort. We're going to step away for just a moment. Don't believe we're going to have anybody else coming back out. Let's take a look in on Savage Edge.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And we're back here live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're ready to bring you the grid. On the pole tonight, starting his number 17 out of S&M Motorsports. In the pole position, it's going to be Brian Dees. To his outside, the driver of the number 55 out of Work in Progress Racing. It's going to be Joshua Rutherford. Inside of road number 2 out of Penn State, it's going to be the 10 of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. And starting in the 4th spot out of 42 Racing, the 42 of Kyle Wellman. Starting inside row number 3, the TRJ Karting.com Ford Mustang, driven by Ian Habiak. Starting to his outside, the 98 out of Team AV, it's going to be Jeffrey Fisher. Amanda Sherman out of TNA Motorsports, going to start her number 8. Inside row number 4 to her outside out of Limitless Motorsports, it's the 14 of Dave C. Matt Hackathorn going to start his Ram Racing number 84 in the 9th spot. To his outside, the number 09 of James Miller. Starting in the 11th spot tonight, it's going to be the 5 out of Work in Progress Racing. It's going to be Corey Rutherford. Aaron Bachhover going to be starting in the 12th spot in his number 44 out of TNA Motorsports. Starting in 13th tonight out of Limitless Motorsports, it's going to be the 28 of Mike Hamlin. And to his outside, it's going to be the 86 of Terry Foster. Although it looks like his scoring number, it's going to be the 86. Starting 14th. Starting 15th tonight, Team AV's number 66, Jordan McAvoy. To his outside, the 20 of Josh Klinger. In 17th spot, the winningest driver this season, it's going to be the guy out of Team AB. It's the 54 of Matt Gruenberg. To his outside, the 33 from Speed Mafia, John Perkins. Starting in 19th spot, the 88 of Jamie Walker. And to his outside, the lone Dutchman, his 89 of Philip Van Vliet. Starting in 20th. Starting 21st tonight out of 5 Kings Motorsports, it's going to be Dalton Kilroe. And to his outside out of 5 Kings Motorsports, the 51 of Joshua Sexton. Speed Mafia's number 76, driven by Rick Thompson, going to be starting in the 23rd spot. 24th belongs to 5 Kings Motorsports, number 4 of Tanner Marr. Starting in 25th tonight, it's going to be out of the S&M Motorsports camp, the number 1, driven by Ty Morosco. Corey Sherman out of TNA Motorsports going to drive the 3 from 26th. The MFRD number 6, driven by Derek Colson, going to start 27th. Brad Collins, 28th. Race Clark, 29th. Randy McAvoy, Fred Thompson, and Casey Campbell going to round out the field. We're getting set to go under the green flag for the first time here tonight. Pace car getting ready to go down below the yellow line. Brian Dees, our race leader, our pole sitter, taking command of the field, waiting for that first green flag. And the cars start picking up pace. Here we go. Green flag is out. All eyes on the field.
Looks like Tanner Marr decided to hang out on that high lane, Chris, to actually, no, I'm starting to see 09, the Miller, working his way backwards.
A couple of drivers hitting it below the yellow line, Rick, early on in this one. No cautions as of yet. Everybody able to keep it going in the right direction. And speed's going to pick up. Does take about a lap and a half to 2 laps to get these cars up to full song. A lot of side-by-side racing. It's going to be happening all night long.
So a bunch of members of Team AB decided to hang back a little bit, get together. Not a bad thing to do here at Talladega. Whoa.
Now don't go whoaing unless you tell me what's going on now.
I believe it was the 09.
09 James Miller.
Miller, yeah, he cut through and trying to get up with his teammate. That's all he was doing. But it was scary.
Well, up front, we have a new race leader. It's going to be Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. To his outside, the 55, Joshua Rutherford, being pushed down the road by the 42, Kyle Wellman. The inside row is going to be Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Brian Dees, and the 16 of Ian Habia. They're being followed by Amanda Sherman, Terry Foster, and Aaron Bach over on the inside lane. The inside line does have a bit of an advantage going right now as the 42 falls off in the back bumper of the 55. Wellman needs to get to the back bumper once again to try and help out that topside lane. Behind him, it's the 14. That's Dave Seats. Seats needs to do the same thing. He needs to kind of control it. No, he moves back down to the inside lane. So he sees the inside lane moving, decides he's going to join them.
Yeah, most of the cars right now, Chris, are on that inside lane. The outside lane, not looking good. Ooh. Joshua Rutherford got a little blink there on my system. He's back. That's scary.
And the 41 seems to be going backwards. He's in that top side lane, falling back. Way back in the field, back up front. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin continues to lead the way. The 55 starting to gain a little bit of momentum. The 42 helping out. Here comes brother. The 5, Corey Rutherford. Podium sitter last week, looking to try and do it again. And now the 55 going to try and take over the race lead. 55 on the outside, the 10 on the inside. The Butcher, Joshua Rutherford battling it out. Halfway through this lap, and the 55 has a good push from the 42. Here comes the 10 back on the inside, being followed by Brian Dees. Dees giving a good shot. Back to the line, and it looks like it's going to be all Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. The outside line, Rick, it looks like they can challenge tonight, but they've got to stay nose to tail.
They do right now. Kyle Wellman doing everything that he can to stay behind the 55 there. Of course, with the 55 blinking here every now and then. Outside starting to blink right behind them. Kind of tough to do, but right now, Wellman, and I kind of looked into, Wellman doesn't have an actual race team here on the Blazing Pedals, but he is in the work in progress racing with the Rutherford brothers right now, along with Brian Deasy and Habia. Timer off. A little alliance going in there with the S&M Motorsports guys with the work in progress racing. And that's exactly what you got to do here at Talladega.
Yeah, it is. It's all about alliances formed. And we'll see how it plays out here tonight. Of course, the TNA drivers have split it up a little bit. You've got Amanda Sherman leading the way over Terry Foster and Aaron Bach over. Then you got to go back quite a bit to find the 3 car. That's Corey Sherman, and working with them tonight, the lone Dutchman, Philip Van Vliet. And he is being scored in the 13th spot. So they need to tighten it up a little bit there from the TNA folks. Meanwhile, up front, it's all Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. He was able to take over the race lead from Brian Dees. Now Dees to the outside, going to try and get back to the race lead. Brian Dees going to go side by side with the 10. He's got Joshua Rutherford right behind him. And at the line, it was the Butcher, but now heading into turns 1 and 2, Brian Dees leads the way. So Dees in the 17, going to try and lead another lap here. Our pole sitter getting it back. Can he hold on to it? And here comes the Butcher. Back on the inside. He's got Ian Habiak, the Hurricane, on the inside, pushing with him. TRJKarting.com, Ford Mustang being a heck of a pusher here tonight, trying to get the 10 back up to the lead.
And Ian's in-car camera, he is all serious. He's not joking around anymore.
There's a lot of serious drivers out there right now, Rick. I'm looking at the in-cars and, oh boy, yeah, it's very, very serious playing out there. The inside line, though.
Smiles.
What's
no
that, bud?
I said there's no smiles.
No, no smiles. No. Got a lot of tongue action. Oh, just a small grimace. I think that might have been gas, though, from Ian. Inside line starting to move again, and the 17 stuck on the outside. No way to get back to the inside. Gonna have to try and force the issue from the outside once again, depending on the 55. The 55 squirts out a little bit. Joshua Rutherford's got to stay on the back bumper of the 17 or they're gonna go backwards.
That one thing I'm worried about, though, Chris, maybe he's having a little bit of an overheating issue, maybe.
Oh, very true. That is definitely something to watch out for here at Dega.
Although he did have the clean air there for quite a bit, so I wouldn't expect it. But either that or, internet connection.
And I think he's not trusting his internet more than anything at this point, Rick. He's kind of back and forth off the bumper of the 17 right now. We're talking about the 55, Joshua Rutherford, second car in the top lane. Right now, he is back on the back bumper of the 17, and here they come once again. Brian Dees is going to try and get there at the line. It's going to be close. Brian Dees leads that lap. Wow. That was close. What a way to kick off the round of 12. Tonight here at Talladega. And Rick, you were telling me earlier, next week we go Roval racing.
Yeah, we're at the Roval next week, and then ending the round of 12 at Kansas.
Kansas Speedway. Cookie cutter. Mile and a half. Oh, Joshua Rutherford having a terrible time with the connection here tonight. And wow. Kyle Ellman doing a great job, giving just enough room. But how long before a mistake is made there? On the back stretch. Brian Dees on the outside gets a good push from the 55. It launches him to the race lead. Oh, and the 17 drops down to the inside lane. The 17 going to hold the race lead now. The Butcher squirts out to the top side. Taylor, the Butcher, Benjamin looking for the race lead once again. He's going to do it from the top side. At the line, and it's the Butcher. Oh, is he fast here tonight? Look out for him. Yellow spoilers abound on those two cars that are battling it out for the race lead.
That's the thing. I mean, if one of them, I mean, it's a long race still. We have 100 laps still to go, Chris. We're on lap 13 and 113. Still a lot of race left here, but if they win, they don't have to worry about the Roval. They don't have to worry about Kansas.
Oh,
They're automatically going to move on. The way to do it.
That would be, I know for a lot of guys out there, the Volvo is a little bit, well, not to their liking.
I mean, to make it even better, I mean, you know, once we get through Kansas, then we're going to be taking the 8 top drivers, and we're going to be heading to Texas, go to the paperclip in December, and your favorite track at Phoenix, set the championship for, so it's going to be interesting. We're going to super speedway here today, and then we're going to do a road course, and we're going to go to a cookie cutter, and we're going to go to another, you know, Texas. Texas is decent. Then we go to another short track. Then we go to Fun Phoenix.
Okay.
For 600 laps, I think it was.
We'll be bringing you the last 25 live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
I won't pick on you no more, because that means the championship race will probably end up in New Hampshire.
Use the last bit of pull we have to try and get a New Hampshire championship run. Nah. I'd rather see a Michigan or something like that.
The thing is, Michigan, you know, Blazing Pedals always puts on a good race at Michigan. And we've seen the championship there a couple times. I honestly don't know where I'd throw my my vote in if I had to.
I don't know, but here we go. 3 wide. Philip Van Vliet to the outside. Corey Rutherford in the middle. On the inside was the 20. It's broken up, though. Let's go back into the field just a little ways. And it looks like Corey Sherman leading group number 2. Only 2 groups out there, and they're all separated by about 6 car lengths.
I mean, we talked about it earlier. We noticed that most of the TNA is up towards the front, Chris, starting with Amanda Sherman in 4th right now. Then you got Terry in 6th, Aaron Bachhofer in 8th. But I did hear over the radio that Corey Sherman said, hey, listen, guys, I'm just going to ride around back here for a while. And you and I both know, with all the super speedway racing we've done, that it's a 50-50 chance being back there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no place to save that super speedway.
We got a battle for the race lead going on, Rick. The 42 of Kyle Wellman on the outside. He's going to try and get a shove from Joshua Rutherford. And he drops down to the inside. New race leader, Kyle Wellman in the 42. Joshua Rutherford stuck to the outside. Going to try and bring it down in front of Dees, and he does.
That's going to leave the 51 and Sexton up there by himself right now.
Great move. And I think much needed for Joshua Rutherford to get down to that inside lane. We got pit stops starting to happen. Oh, hard on the brakes, somebody.
Well, I can tell you, I know that some drivers have coming down pit road already, Chris, and I'm going to be watching the 44 when it happens.
Yeah, there's been a couple of drivers that have already come down.
44 almost got into the side of Jamie Walker's 88.
All this going on. Who's our race leader? It's the 51 of Joshua Sexton. On the outside, being pushed by the 54 of Matt Gruenberg. Josh Klinger trying to get it there. Oh, we got a big separation off. Lots of guys coming down pit road now.
All the guys working and work in progress just called out their pits.
And the 20 going to go backwards in a hurry as he has no help. Here comes Jamie Walker on the inside, going to pick up the back bumper of the 20. Team AV on the top side working well together here tonight. That will allow for Amanda Sherman on the inside to work her way back to the back bumper of the 88. And behind her is Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, riding on the rear end. Oh, we got pit stops happening again. Another big group peels off. All right, so our race leader right now going to be Joshua Sexton in the 51 to 54 Gruenberg behind him. Race Clark behind them. Jeffrey Fisher, Jordan McAvoy, Josh Klinger in the 20 rounds out the top 6. 7th is going to be James Miller. Jamie Walker in 8th. Matt Hackathorn, Randy McAvoy, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Corey Sherman, Dalton Kilroe. And of that bunch, a whole mess of cars going to be bringing it down pit road now. Everybody I just called out. Look at them all coming down.
Looks like the 28 of Mike Hamlin had a little issue in his pit box, Chris. He was a little too far forward, then he backed up and he had to reset the car. Ooh, 51 just got into Race Clark. Oh boy.
All that, of course, happening on pit road. Meanwhile, back out on the track, the 42, Kyle Wellman has the 1 of Tom Orozco right behind him. They're trying to get back to the lead. We'll see if they're able to do that.
Something big going on with the 51 right now, Chris. Still sitting in the middle of pit road. He missed his pit box, it looks like. Yes, he did.
And here we go. We got 4 cars with a huge head of steam trying to get back to the front. They're being led by the 42 of Kyle Wellman. Ty, no practice Morosco right behind him. Joshua Rutherford, Brian Dees make up this 4-car pack. They're not going to get to the front, but oh, hey, look, Ty Morosco drops it down to the inside. He's going to take over in front of the 42 because he moves right back up in front of Wellman. And they're going to go right on by Matt Gruenberg in the 54. Our race leader right now, the 1 of Tom Morosco, as we gather it back up, go 2 by 2 once again here at Talladega. Oh, Lord.
It's okay. He's got the butt kicker.
Oh, that's right. Stage number 1 going to end in about 14 laps, Rick, and you know that's what these guys are pushing for.
I'd be looking for. I mean, there've been a lot of good close racing. Chris, cars been bouncing all around doing their thing. As Wellman looking all over the back bumper of Morosco's number 1 machine. Good chance for them to take a little break, stretch the shoulders, grab a drink.
Well, they caught up and passed Josh Sexton. Sexton now down a lap, but he is in this front group of cars on the inside lane. The 17 of Brian Dees takes the lead back over on the top side. Now drops it down in front of Tom Morosco. So it's Dees, Morosco, Wellman on the inside. Brad Collins leads the way on the top side. Three Air Force drivers, one on the top side of the track. The 22, the 33, the 76. Great paint jobs this week.
I mean, you know, every MF racing design car is beautiful, Chris, but Michael Fox sent that to me. These cars early to me, and I've been looking forward to this race to see these things out on track.
Kyle Wellman, Rick, not happy with third, bumps it out to the top side of the track, and now getting a huge push from Brad Collins in the 22. Kyle Wellman looking for the race lead. The 17, Brian Dees, battles back on the inside. Oh, what a great race we've had here so far. Brad Collins gives a big push to the 42. What's the 42 gonna do? Is he gonna stay up top? Is he gonna go down low? The 17 closes the gap. No choice now for Wellman. He stays up top. The 22, Brad Collins getting a little antsy out there. Has to be careful of the slow car. The 46 of Fred Thompson out of the way. Woo! Look out, Fred. Brian Dees leads that lap. 11 more to go before our first scheduled pit stop. Or our first scheduled yellow flag, anyway. Guess we've already done a pit stop. Oh, the 51, Josh Sexton.
Whoa.
Puts it down below the yellow line. He's going to fall backwards. Kyle Wellman going to drop it down to the inside. That's going to leave Brad Collins on the outside. Teammates right behind him. It's Brad Collins, John Perkins, Rick Thompson. And then behind them, the 44 of Aaron Bockover.
I'm just kind of looking around the 51 car, Chris. He was involved in some contact on pit road there. The hood is definitely crumpled. The left side fender all scraped up and banged up.
And if he's
So
got
that could definitely be hurting Josh.
Yeah, if he's got aero problems, he's probably gonna not be a factor in tonight's race. Got to keep the cars clean here. Brad Collins takes over the race lead, moves it down to the inside lane. That's going to open it up for John Perkins on the outside to try and catch his teammate on the outside lane. You get the feeling that that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to get to the bottom lane.
That's where I'd want to be.
John Perkins on the outside. Kyle Wellman not really happy about it. Giving a good push right now to Brad Collins. Saying, come on, we got to go. Brad Collins says, no, I'm good. I think I want that 33 in front of me.
And they get that 22, the 33, you got Rick Thompson in there with the 76 down below. That would be the dream move.
Well, it would be for them.
For them, yes.
It might not be so bad for the guy that's following Rick Thompson right now, the 44 of Aaron Bockover.
Now, and here we go.
Oh, the 33 thought about it, but couldn't pull the trigger. 22, Brad Collins. Too much of a run. Wellman playing the spoiler there. Got to the back bumper. Now moves it up. Smart move from Kyle Wellman. Very, very smart racing right there. Break up the teammates. Great call from the 42.
I don't know if I'd want an A10 following me, though. You know what I'm saying, Chris?
Well, yeah, that's true. I love the Warthog, but man, Kyle had to do what he had to do. I think that was a great move out of him.
I mean, it's a smart move. I mean, he knows that Perkins is still in the chase. Like you said, break up the teammates a little bit. I mean, you know, if he gets a good push there, the 42 is going to move on to the front.
Tom Orozco almost touched doors with the 33. Cars are starting to get a little jittery out there. Brad Collins.
Get the DQ. Yeah, Brad Collins is pulling away.
Something going on with Aaron Bach over as he falls back a few cars. Our 3 wides happening a little soon in the 73, touches the wall.
I think that's why the 44 Aaron Bach over, he backed out of it, Chris. He saw how crazy he was getting up there. Still plenty of racing left to catch back up.
All right, well, Brad Collins continues to lead the way, but now Brian Dees and Ty Morosco move it on to the outside. So Brad Collins trying to do it by himself. The 16 of Ian Habiak might go up with him. Habiak has not committed to a lane yet. Now he does. He's going to be on the top side. No, slops it right back down to the inside. Oh, pick a lane, Ian.
Musical cars.
The outside lane with a huge push. Dees, Morosco looking to maybe bring it down. Wellman shuffled to the top side. Wellman back in line. He's behind Rick Thompson in the 76. The 22 tries to get back with his teammates. The 76 gives him a hole. Dees, Morosco bring it back down to the inside lane ahead of the 66. McAvoy. Brian Dees now leading them across the line. Or trying to.
Yeah, that outside lane's getting a little bit of momentum, Chris. Here comes the 33 of Perkins.
Yeah, teammates again, bumper to bumper on the outside, getting a little bit pushy over there.
Ooh, here comes the 6 of Paulson.
Derek Paulson. Trying to get to the front now. Gonna go to the top side. Aaron Bach over. Oh, the 42. Kyle Wellman says, yeah, give me some of that. He hops in behind the 6 car. We're going 3x3. Oh, man, I love it. Hang on to it. So close racing right now. Oh, and we got a slower driver just ahead. Oh, this is going to get interesting. Who is that? Oh, that's the 86. That's Terry Foster.
Terry Foster.
Look out, Terry. No. Oh, Terry Foster.
Get on the brakes, Aaron.
Oh, we got him going around. It's Kyle Wellman. Hard, and the 55 gets into him. Oh, man. You had to know it was coming. Oh boy.
Ooh, Ian, Amanda, all involved in that too. Oh boy.
Well, you go 3 wide racing, and that's what's going to happen.
Well, I just want to put out there that there is a news splash on Twitter. Team TNA is going to have a spot for 2 new drivers next season. In talks with them right now is the driver of the 71 and the 77. Now, in Terry's defense, all kidding aside, though, you know, he did come on the radio and tell those guys that he was staying high. And Derek Paulson's like, well, it looks like I'm smashing into the back of you then. They moved to decide to go 3 wide racing.
I mean, where else do you go? You have no place else to go.
Yeah, I mean, he could have tried. I mean, you know, Terry, I didn't go far enough to look to see exactly if he was by himself. It looked like he was, but you know, you don't want to cut down and try to get onto the apron, especially in a corner. I mean, that spells death. I mean, there was just no place for Terry.
The 09 James Miller also had a piece of that. Miller, one of the drivers, trying to lock himself in for the next round.
Correct me if I'm mistaken. He's down. He's the first one at the bottom, right?
Yeah, he came in 12th.
Yep.
Well, that one could have been a lot worse. But boy, tough call out there as the 6 had no place to go. Got into the slower 86, and it was a chain reaction from there. Kyle Wellman had nothing he could do. Just went for a ride across the track. All right, so we're under our first caution of the night, and it looks like the next lap was going to be the lap. No, actually,
it would have been
laps.
yeah,
two laps from now. So I think we can call Brian Dees the winner of stage number 1.
I'm going to be pretty positive that is correct now. Chris, of course, we're waiting for race control. They did just come over the radio. It is going to be given to the 44. Sorry, Shelley. Give me some time, Sam. If you were doing your job and you were still around, you would know. But Aaron Bockover got the EOL on that one.
Aaron Bockover, let's go back and take a look at him. You see him, he's running right behind Kyle Wellman in the 42. Shoot.
I mean, like I said, Terry had every right to be there. You know, he did call it out, let those drivers know that he was going to be on that top line. The 6 car, the 42, the 44, they all committed to go 3 wide. And right there, right as he just gets into the back bumper there, Wellman just tagged him just a little bit, sent him.
All right. Well, that's what we saw.
Next
And
commercial break, I'm going to change my shirt. That's all I'm saying. I want a discount. I want a refund.
Well, you're going to get your luck right now, bud, because we're going to go ahead and take that next commercial break. Live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't go away. Blazing Pedals will continue right after this.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And we're back live, getting ready to go back under the green flag. Pace car pulls down underneath the yellow line. Brian Dees, our stage 1 winner, opts for the inside lane. To his outside, Matt Gruenberg. The 98 of Jeffrey Fisher inside row 2. Philip Van Vliet to the outside of row 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and here we go. Congratulations to the 17 for winning stage number 1. That's certainly going to help. Those valuable championship points, Rick, as we take the green flag. The 54 wastes no time getting to the inside lane. Team AV running in the 3rd, 5th, and 7th positions right now on the inside. On the outside, here comes the lone Dutchman in the 89 looking for the race lead. Philip Van Vliet sticks it out by a nose. Rick, have you noticed the amount of Ford Mustangs out there towards the front?
I'm too busy dreaming about a big tall glass of ice cold Kool-Aid right now, brother.
Delivered to you by a Ford Mustang?
If that's what it takes.
Philip Van Vliet drops down to the inside. John Perkins to the outside now looking for the race lead. He's got Rick Thompson right behind him. Ty Morosco 3rd in the top side lane. The 22 of Brad Collins up there as well.
Yeah, Collins got to try to figure out a way to get behind or get around Morosco to get the rest of his teammates right now. Here goes Perkins. This is exactly what John Perkins did. John, he's another driver, Chris, has kind of had an up and down season.
Yeah, not quite as consistent as he was last year. But good enough to have that yellow spoiler.
I was going to say, hey, he's in the playoffs again. And now he doesn't have to beg for Sunday nights off anymore either.
That's right. Rick Thompson gives him a heck of a push, and both drivers going to drop down to the inside lane. Ty Morosco going to be left outside, kind of by himself. As Brad Collins, the next driver behind, isn't going to be in a big hurry to get to the back bumper. Philip Van Vliet takes it to the outside. Now Morosco has a playing partner. Van Vliet in the 89 looking to try and move his way back to the front. Underneath them, the 17, Brian Dees trying to get to the back bumper of Rick Thompson.
And that's exactly what Brian Dees needs to do. One, to help that inside lane move a little better, but also needs to keep that door closed there because the 22 is going to try to be looking to get in there.
Oh yeah, the 22 would love nothing better than to find a way down. Especially in front of Dees. That would be perfect for him. Ty Morosco in the middle lane. Philip Van Vliet goes to the top side. Van Vliet going to go backwards.
I'm not sure why he did call something on the radio, Chris, but I had it too low to actually catch it, unfortunately.
Boy, is he going back, way back.
17 coming down for his pit.
Oh, it makes sense, Rick. The 17 didn't pit last time. We were under caution. He wanted to take that points for winning the stage.
Now I'm kind of wondering, Philip Van Vliet, that's exactly what he's doing too, Chris, coming down pit road right now.
All right.
That's why he backed out of it. The Speed Mafia leading the pack right now with John Perkins, Rick Thompson, 1 and 2, Matt Gruenberg in 3rd. His teammate Jeffrey Fisher in 4th. Brad Collins still rounding off that top 5.
Collins kind of lonely on the top side. Corey Rutherford trying to get there. Brad Collins on the inside behind Jeffrey Fisher, and now Ty Morosco puts the hammer down. Morosco on the top side trying to get it done.
Like I said earlier, Chris, that alliance has been formed with S&M Motorsports and Work in Progress Racing. So exactly what time Roscoe wanted to see a teammate get that biz back on. But right now, John Perkins, Rick Thompson have a good little gap in between them and the 54 of Bloomberg.
The outside starting to move. Corey Rutherford really needs to kind of get to the back bumper of the one, try and give a little bit of a push. Morosco so far has been doing it on his own. Philip Van Vliet on the top side. It looks like some of the drivers from Team AV dropping down onto pit road, maybe all of them.
Yeah, Matt Hackenthorn in the 84, the 98 of Jeffrey Fisher, the 54 of Matt Grunberg on pit road.
Philip Van Vliet going down the lap. So the boss man, John Perkins, leads the way here on the inside lane. He's being followed by Rick Thompson, Ty Morosco, Brad Collins. And it's going to be Corey Rutherford on the outside, picking up that 5th spot. He's trying to get the top side rolling once again, though.
Yeah, kind of hard to do there with the cars not getting directly. Now they're starting to get to the back bumper. Here comes Team AV. On the inside there, they're battling it out with the 20 of Josh Klinger.
Field has separated into bunches of pieces now.
Here's good news for Shelly out there in chat. The 44 Aaron Bockover in 7th position again, working his way back through the field. He's right behind the 20 of Josh Klinger.
Looks like all the drivers that were involved in that first caution were able to keep it going, except for Terry Foster. Perkins, Rick Thompson, Tom Orozco, your top 3. The outside line starting to form once again. It's being led by the 5 of Corey Rutherford. The 61 of Randy McAvoy behind him, along with a couple of members of Team AV. So the top side lane should be getting a little bit of push here going soon. One guy that's going to really capitalize on that is going to be the 5 of Rutherford, who's up to 4th place. I'm Morosco trying to hold on to 3rd. It's a battle right now between him and Rutherford. Rutherford on the outside in the 5, Ty Morosco in the 1 on the inside. The 1 picks up the draft from the drivers in front of him. Pulls away just a little bit. Now the 5 going to return the favor. Corey Rutherford trying to find his way to the front side of the field. He's managed to make it up to about the 3rd and 4th spot. And then that air coming off the front 2 drivers just woes him right up. He's going to need help to punch through. It's going to have to be the 61. Randy McAvoy's got to be the one to do it. Oh, the 5 trying to find a good part of the lane. The 61 moves up with him. keeps that draft intact. Bryce Clark there in the 22 NASA machine. John Perkins continues to lead the way. Next scheduled flag, scheduled to drop at the end of lap number 72 here for the Blazing Pedals. We're in stage 2 right now. Corey Rutherford could drop down in line. He does. Corey Rutherford ahead of Timer Roscoe, drops down in line. And now it's going to be 3 Team AV cars. Make it 4. I think Race is driving with them tonight. On the top side, and here they come, the 61. Randy McAvoy. Being followed by James Miller, Race Clark. Race Clark actually being scored a lap down, but able to help out. The 66 is there as well. That's Jordan McAvoy. As we have a new race leader. It's Randy McAvoy in the 61. John Perkins fighting back on the inside. Going to try and take it back. Ford versus Toyota. Randy McAvoy right now has the race lead. John Perkins trying to battle it back on the inside. He's got Rick Thompson right behind him trying to help out. Thompson got to push a little bit more. Can't quite get there. Not going to be able to do it before the corner. Team AV taking the race lead and running away with it. The inside lane in trouble, needs help. They're going to start stacking it in. Well, 5, Corey Rutherford needs to get to the back bumper of Rick Thompson. That little bit of a gap there is all it takes to not be helping out in the draft. If you can get a little bit closer, that bubble will start pushing on the front of the 76. McAvoy, James Miller running 1 and 2 on the top side. Randy McAvoy looking like he might change lanes, stays with his teammate. James Miller involved in that first incident right now gets left by Randy McAvoy on the top side of the track. Miller comes in 12th spot, hanging on by a string to the championship run. This might be an effort to try and get James Miller to the front of the field. But we've got cars pulling off. A lot of cars coming down pit road. And that's going to put James Miller up front. James Miller, new race leader. I don't think Randy McAvoy is going to be pushing the issue too hard here. as Miller trying to stay inside of the top 12. But that inside line is strong. And Randy McAvoy, Josh Klinger pull away. The 09 drops into third spot right in front of Rutherford. Joshua Rutherford on the inside in the 55, running in fourth. Ahead of them, it's going to be Brian Dees. Dees running in the 22nd spot, trying to stay on the lead lap. Not going to be able to do it, though, as these cars are going to go up and around. Looks like the 55, Joshua Rutherford, may get to the back bumper of the 17 and stay there. That's going to help out Brian Dees. Race Clark way up high. The 17 now has a sniff of the draft. He's going to feel racy. He's going to bring it down pit road. So Brian Dees goes down a lap, brings it down pit road, and a whole group of cars does as well. Randy McAvoy stays out as the race leader. Josh Klinger in the 20. On the top side, these 6 cars battling it out. Van Vliet just trying to get a lap back. Race Clark also trying to get a lap back. Those two battling for who's going to be the first car 1 lap down. All Team AV right now. Team AV bringing it down pit road. And that should give the lead over to Matt Gruenberg. Gruenberg following the 10 car. And the Butcher right now being scored in 30th place. Rick Thompson on the top side, gonna try for the race lead. He has it. Behind him, John Perkins. And the 1 of Tom Orozco. Those 3 drivers on the top side of the track. Matt Gruenberg on the inside, trying to get around the 10 car. The 10 car, several laps down. TBB going to bring it down pit road.
A little bit of news that I found out, Chris. The reason why Taylor the Butcher Benjamin down so far on the leaderboard there is because he had a little bit of a packet loss. He was able to get right back in, though. But that definitely hurt him there. And I also noticed that Casey Campbell and Terry the Daffy Foster have packed it up here at Talladega.
All right. Well, Rick Thompson leading the way right now over John Perkins, Tom Orozco in the 1 car. Matt Gruenberg in the 54 runs in 4th. Brad Collins in 5th. Jeffrey Fisher, Aaron Backover 6th and 7th. Matt Hackathorn 8th. Corey Sherman 9th. Derek Paulson rounds out the top 10, and Corey Sherman trying to take that away from him right now. As he is on the top side of the track. He's got Jamie Walker right behind him. Haven't really called out Jamie's name too much.
Now Walker's been kind of quiet here, just trying to relax and put some laps down and try to stay safe. And that's exactly what he does. He's very good at that.
Got Jordan McAvoy right behind him with Derek Paulson. So a bunch of fast drivers right here in this second group of cars. They're being led by Corey Sherman in the 3. Guys, on behalf of Blazing Pedals, I want to go ahead and thank you all for coming in tonight. Make sure you check out their sponsors. As always, TRJKarting.com. Make sure you check them out. Say hi to Tim for us. Also, make sure to go over and check out Butt Kicker. Use code BLAZING to receive 20% off. MF Racing Designs. If you're in the market for a paint job, well, just about half of the cars out here are better or done by Michael Falk. MF Racing Designs. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Make sure you also check out SavageEdge.com. Tonight's sponsor for this Talladega 300-mile event.
And I mean, as we saw in the commercials too, Chris, I mean, Corey and Amanda can do anything that you want. I mean, the mirrors, you can do koozies, you can do beanies, you can ask them a special order toque, you can do t-shirt, one-offs, it doesn't matter, man. I mean, Savage Edge, they'll do it.
Yeah, they'll do toques, but you gotta call them a beanie or else you don't know what you're talking about.
See, there's a difference between those two.
I know.
They're only in New York. You would think that they would know what a toque is.
I know.
We're gonna have to give them a class.
Got a little bit of racing going on here as Group 2 caught Group 1, and they scattered. The guy made out the best there is going to be Jamie Walker, who moves himself up to 5th place.
I see Rick Thompson moved up to the top line. I'm wondering if that, I mean, I was kind of wondering about that, Chris. I mean, I know we still got quite a few laps left to go here at Talladega. But, you know, Rick Thompson not in the chase anymore. He knows that his teammate, who was second, was right behind him. That's John Perkins in the 33. But do you want to take a win away from a playoff teammate? I don't know. But I'm wondering if there was maybe some overheating issues there with the 33, so the 76 moved up to take that outside lane, which now he's got his other teammate, the 22 of Collins, right behind him. So that might have worked out. Maybe that's what they're trying to do too. I'm not sure. But the 5 and the 1 are keeping the 33 of Perkins ahead of them right now. Big time.
Yeah, these drivers are about to catch another pack right in front of them of slower drivers.
Ooh, Morosco just got into Rick Thompson.
Tom Morosco into Thompson, and we scatter, but we stay under green. Wow. Unbelievable driving there.
Boy.
And that could have been huge, but a great job from all the drivers involved staying out of it. Wow. Rick Thompson falls back to the 11th spot, but most important thing, he continues driving forward. John Perkins has the race lead. He's being followed by the 5 of Corey Rutherford. Corey, the first car, 1 lap down. Brad Collins in the 22, your second place driver. Then it's going to be Jamie Walker, who has made his way up into 3rd. Aaron Bach over inside the top 5. Put him to 4th. And then it's going to be Ty Morosco, Corey Sherman, Matt Gruenberg. Mike Hamlin is in there as well. Wow. That'll get your heart rate up.
It sure will. Matt Gruenberg, Jeffrey Christian bringing it down pit road.
I would too. I'm not sure I'd want to be driving around with these guys right now.
You know, Hackathorn came in, so Team AB starting to make their team pit stop.
The 61 to the top side. He's going to lose positions out there. He's not supposed to be there yet, so he'll let himself fade back. John Perkins leads the way. Brad Collins to the top side. Perkins being pushed by the lap down driver, Corey Rutherford. And the 22 of Brad Collins gets a heck of a push from the 88 of Jamie Walker. Walker trying to get to the front now. Oh, when he decides it's time to go, it is time to go. And the 88 says, yep, it's time. And who does he got behind him? Well, none other than the 44 of Aaron Bockover.
Maybe the shirt's a curse. That's all I'm going to say.
Ty Morosco who pretty much stopped my heart just a couple of laps ago, still up there inside of the top 5.
Here comes Aaron Backover on the inside lane.
Aaron Backover for the race lead. He's got it over Jamie Walker.
And I got to talk to Backover earlier today, Chris. I said, next week we head to Charlotte, and I know you've been, that one's been circled, but you realize it's the Roval. He goes, yeah, that's why I got to win here tonight. That way you can have Talladega. That way we can have 2 high-watch videos here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Kelly, you're still around. You haven't said anything lately.
We got 3 wide racing once again. This time Jamie Walker shuffled way out to the outside. And these guys going 3 wide. Again, a little bit on the early side. Rules say they're not supposed to, but rules kind of disappear a little bit for the championship stuff. I like it.
I mean, you got to think the end of stage 2 is going to be happening at the end of lap number 72, Chris. So
yeah, let them run. I love it. Jamie Walker trying to get it done on the top side of the track. All 3 lanes being used right now. Brad Collins on the bottom side of the track, taking over the race lead, getting pushed by the 44 of Aaron Backover. Backover up to 3rd spot. On the top side, it's Jordan McAvoy giving a push to the 88 of Walker. Oh, this is going to get good. Brian Dees, the 17. He is down a lap, but he's not slow. He's going to try and get one back. He is at least set up. Get his lap back should the caution come out right now. So long as he is not involved in it.
If I was the 66 of 3 and the 22/02, I would just get in line right behind Jamie Walker and Aaron Backover. Go.
Aaron Backover with the race lead. A good push from the 88. Put him out front. Will the 44 stay with Jamie Walker? Will he try and get down to the inside lane? So far, he stays with Walker. Walker pushes out to the outside. The 3 car of Corey Sherman going to try and fill the hole behind his teammate, the 44. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Sometimes you just let the track do the talking, Rick. This is awesome.
It is. And race control, Mark Arthur just let us know in the chat there a little while ago, Chris. 10 laps to the end of the stage is the rule to go 3 wide.
Oh, perfect. Couldn't remember if it was 3, 5, or 10, so 10 it is. Rock and roll. Who is going to win stage number 2? What a battle we've got. Aaron Backover leads the way. Jamie Walker on the top side of the track in 2nd. 3rd is the inside lane.
Oh, 4 wide.
And now we go 4 wide because why not? Look out, Savage Edge drivers, TNA drivers. Oh, they get together. Oh, baby. It's on. Oh, it is on.
And barbecue out of the 44. Is it just because he was spinning his tires? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was spinning his tires. Oh, boy. Hashtag BLB strikes again. Let's go back and take a look. We're running 4 wide. Corey Sherman and Aaron Backover bounce off from each other. They do it again and again, but that was too many times. And a lot of drivers doing a great job to stay out of that one. You see it right there. Yeah, the back bumper was hung up on the 44. The angle too much to get back on the track. Had to back it up and bring it back out on track, but he's able to. The car not going to be the same for the rest of the night.
Well, folks, if you're looking for something to do on a Monday night, let me tell you, if you have Facebook, head on over to TNA Motorsports. Give them a like and be there tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Aaron won't be there, I bet.
No.
But there's going to be some talking going on there, I'm pretty sure. TNA Shop Talk every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a good time.
And for the second time this race, we're going to end stage under caution. This time, stage number 2. Looks like it's going to go to Brad Collins in the number 22. John Perkins, second. Jamie Walker, third. Jordan McAvoy, fourth. And Ty Morosco, fifth. Brian D is set to get his lap back. That's probably the best news he's gotten tonight since the drop of the green. Oh, don't come down pit road. Don't. Okay, well, I tried to warn you. I tried. Rick, I tried.
Well, I think what they're thinking of, Chris, is come down pit road. Because it doesn't happen, the stage technically doesn't end until the end of lap 72. So when the ticker goes over to 73, so we're going to go 72. We're going to go down, they'll run a lap. It'll be, I don't know.
Yeah. See, here's the thing.
I know.
We're still going to be under caution. They just gave up all kinds of points. That's what I'm thinking. So things are going to change a little bit up top.
I mean, I think Baco wanted to come in just so he could use a little bit of extra time to let his crew work on the car a little bit, but...
Well, I get that, but he's not running for the chase. I'm thinking the chase drivers that came down. In the top 5, it looks like only 2 of them that are running for a chase came down, stayed out. That's going to be John Perkins in the 33, Corey Sherman in the 3. So they're going to get some points. Well. And well again. I think we're going to go ahead and take a break, Rick. It's been a minute.
It has.
When we come back, stage number 3, live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And we're back live here from Talladega, getting ready to start the third and final stage here. Brad Collins going to be our race leader. John Perkins to the outside. Jamie Walker, Rick Thompson making up a row number 2. Colin Kilrow, Tanner Marr make up a row number 3. Row 4 is going to be Tanner Marr, Ty Morosco. Row 5, Derek Paulson, James Miller. As we get set to unleash these cars one more time here around this big track known as Talladega. All right, pit stops have been completed. Pace car coming down pit road, waiting for the green flag to go. Brad Collins, John Perkins, your front row. Green flag waves. Brad Collins with a good shot. Looks like he is going to try and hold on to the race lead. Perkins drops down right in front of Jamie Walker. Top side going to be Rick Thompson all by himself. Thompson going to come down. Colin Kilrow to the outside. Jamie Walker goes out there along with Tanner Marr. All right, now we got some racing going on one more time. These cars just about up to top speed. Jamie Walker going to take over the race lead. Don Kilrow right on the back bumper. Speed Mafia going to bring it down pit road. It's going to be Walker, Kilrow, Tanner Marr, Derek Paulson, Ty Morosco, and now it changes. The 88, Jamie Walker, moves to the top side of the track. That's going to allow Dalton Kilrow to take over the race lead. Tanner Marr to second. Derek Paulson, Tom Morosco, third and fourth. Joshua Rutherford going to be fifth. That's going to push Jamie Walker back to sixth spot. He rejoins the inside line. Not sure why Jamie opted for that. Maybe to save a little fuel.
I was just thinking, Chris, maybe to save a little fuel. He was by himself there on that outside lane, so. I don't tend to question Jamie Walker too much.
Now the 41 of Don Kilrow gets pushed out to the outside lane. So he's going to go backwards. Here comes James Miller in the 09. Team AV going to try and make his presence known. The 41 uses the hole opened up by the 88 to get back in line. And Tanner Marr leads the way.
I'm seeing a lot of yellow spoilers there in that group.
Yes, there are. And the 88 again moves to the way top side of the track, Rick. I do believe that this is a fuel strategy out of the 88 to try and work his way backwards. As he is, we've seen that he's got speed enough to be up front. He's even led a lap. I think Walker just trying to stay out of trouble. He moves up again. This is certainly looking like a fuel strategy. As we hop into the cockpit of Jamie Walker. Grace Clark just ahead. Walker gets a good run on the inside. Now going to go by the 3 on the outside. Yeah, and Jamie's really taking it easy on that throttle. So definitely appears to be some fuel saving strategy going on with the 88. Corey Sherman may be doing the same thing, though he's being scored a lap down. I think due to that last incident.
Back end pushed in on the number 3 Savage Edge machine.
So Tanner Marr leads the way. And he moved up to the top side, try and intercept the 66 of Jordan McAvoy. And that's going to open up a hole for Derek Paulson on the inside. Paulson, as we go 3 wide. Paulson on the inside. Marr, McAvoy. Stretch it across the field. Ty Morosco right behind Tanner Marr. Derek Paulson moves to the top side of the track. And he's going to go a little too far up there, Rick. He's going to be there by himself for just a moment. Well, the last time we saw Derek Paulson on the outside of the track, it didn't work out too well for him as he caught the back bumper of the 86. Now, nobody in front of him. It's clear to go. Man, right now it's like, who can go the slowest? It's really odd right now.
It is, isn't it?
Brian D's got his lap back last time we had a caution, and right now he's being scored in the 3rd spot. So our pole sitter looking to get back to the front. He puts the 17 in the middle.
Well, 33 laps left to go, Chris. I mean, if you're going to make moves, now's the time to do it.
Is it now, Rick, or is it still a little early? I mean, I certainly want to set yourself up, but do you really want to pull the trigger now?
I mean, my main thing is I wouldn't want to be doing 3 wide right now. I know that you're allowed to, but in my eyes, you know, I'd want to try to get down into that inside lane because you know you're going to have to make another pit stop.
I think that's the big thing right there. You want to be able to pit when you want to pit, and if you're on the outside lane, there's no way you can do it.
I mean, look at Derek Paulson now down to 11th place. He got kind of stuck out there, and that's exactly what he was thinking too, I think.
Mike Hamlin, our race leader, being followed by Jordan McAvoy. Saw John out in chat earlier on, cheering on. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the Turn 3 Racing Network. This is the Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series. We're in the round of 12 for the championship run. Keep an eye out for those yellow spoilers. We'll let you know who's in, who's out. And right now, Matt Gruenberg is going to be scored as our race leader. Race Clark on the inside. He is, oh, well, he's not a lap down anymore. He's gotten it back. But he is the first car. Well, he's going to be the first car off the lead lap once again, I believe. Because Hamlin is flying around this track right now. We go 3 wide once again. The 54 stuck to the outside. Brian Dees, the sole stealer, sticks it to the middle. He's got the 20 of Josh Klinger right behind him.
I think we should go 4 or 5 wide right now.
Oh, sure.
Let's do it.
Mike Hamlin on the inside, holding on to the race lead. Got Brian Dees right behind him on the top side of the track. It's Matt Gruenberg and Jeffrey Fisher. Oh, we got one pinned to the wall. That was Tanner Marr, I believe, the 4. sticks it into the wall. Gonna lose a bunch of spots. And we've got a battle for the race lead once again. Matt Gruenberg challenging as Mike Hamlin trying to hold on to it. Gruenberg right now out in front by a nose. Brian D has moved his car over just a little bit, get a sniff of fresh air, trying to cool it down maybe. As he is working behind Mike Hamlin, who is now once again our race leader.
Yeah, that is checking to see if the sun saws. It definitely might be overheating. You can see. I mean, that's another thing. I don't know. We haven't really gone into cockpit view, Chris, but when you're right up in the back bumper of somebody in these cars, you don't see much at all, especially in the corners.
You don't. And I was in cockpit mode for a moment with the 88 of Walker, but let's go ahead and take a look at it when you have somebody right in front of you. There's the view that Brian Dees has. Good luck.
I mean, yeah, you lose that yellow line, it's totally gone. You know, unless Mike Hamlin's moving up a little bit here, so you know that's. If this was me and you racing and I was pushing you, Chris, that's what I would tell you. You know, you go up like 2-3 feet above the line so I can see what's going on. Because you don't want to hit the apron here on the corners. You know, I said that many times tonight. You know, that's instant death here at Talladega. And when you lose that yellow line, you kind of lose all reference of where you're at, especially if you got somebody on your inside or your outside. I mean, here obviously you're on the inside, so somebody on your outside. It's a scary place to be. Mike Hamlin doing a fabulous job right now, you know, moving up. And of course, that lets a little bit of that cool air into Brian D 17C. He's keeping it right there towards that yellow line there to open it up.
28 touched that yellow line around the apron and almost let it fly, but able to hold on to it. And the outside, once again, is on the move. Mike Hamlin still leads the way. He's got two cars trapped right in front of him. Those two cars, the last two on the lead lap, just in front of our race leader, and they're not really in a big hurry to move. You see Hamlin get right to the back bumper of Race Clark. He gives him a push, and it was a pretty effective push too. Just saying, hey, I'm here. I'm the leader. I need to get around you.
Yeah, then you got to think though, because you know, the 61 Randy McAvoy, and then you know, we think we're not 100% sure Race Clark there with the Team AV guys. You know, might, you know, it could be a kind of an order, not really an order, but you know, Matt Gruenberg might be, hey, hold those guys up a little bit so we can work this top lane a little bit, and that's exactly what they're trying to do right now.
Well, they can do it to a certain point, and then impatience behind you could cause a problem.
Oh, I know Mike Hamlin. He's not one to just let it go, you know.
And you see what's happening behind him. The 17 giving a lot of room as the 28 got a little wiggly there the last time he touched the back bumper of the 22. Brian D is doing a fantastic job right now, laying back just a little bit, trying to give himself a little bit of reaction time should something happen in front of him. And right now, Mike Hamlin is on fire, trying to figure out a way to get around Race Clark and the 61 of Randy McAvoy. Clark, though, right now, an absolute wall, will not give it up.
You know, we talked about the impatience and stuff like that, Chris. I mean, Mike Hamlin's letting it known. You know, Race Clark hit the brakes a little bit, dragging the brakes a little bit, try to slow that inside lane down a little bit. In the 28, he didn't care. He gave him a little shove, and Race Clark didn't like that too much. And Mike Hamlin says, well, you want to do it again?
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it all night. Matt Gruenberg right now is being scored as the race leader. So that little gamesmanship on the inside lane seems to be working just a little bit. The 28 has to figure out a different way around. He's kind of in a box right now, Rick, because if he goes up,
Yes.
if he's able to get in front of Gruenberg will just move down.
Right. I mean, 25 laps left to go, Chris. If I was Mike Hamlin, I'd put up with it for about another lap, and then, it's a dangerous spot to be in because, those guys are allowed to race there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And, but knowing that your teammates are on the outside lane, if Mike Hamlin hits the 22 or the 02, if Race Clark's just right, that could end the night for the 54. It could end the night for the 98.
Yeah, 66 right behind them. So Team AV holding on to the top lane pretty effectively here. Randy McAvoy leads the way, but the 61 right now being scored in the 18th spot. "23 laps to go, and I expect pit stops pretty much any time now."
I mean, that's the other thing too. You got to think about. I mean, Matt Grunberg, Jeffrey Fisher, right there, the 66, Jordan McAvoy. I mean, they're stuck on that outside lane. Mike Hamlin, you guys want to play the game. Mike Hamlin doesn't have to open up any doors.
No, he does not, as he gives a really good push to the 22. There's only so much you can drag the brakes. The 22 gets launched forward, and here comes the 28 again. I think he's going to put it to him again. Yes, he does. Hamlin is being very patient right now.
I'd tip my hat to him. I don't know if I'd be that patient.
He's got to be careful, though. He is wandering underneath that yellow line once in a while. Might be trying to keep it cool. As he gives another tap to the 22.
And a couple drivers are starting to call out their pit stops here. The 28 is going to be one of them.
And it's one of those deals, Rick, you might as well come down pit road. You weren't getting anything accomplished where you were, so you might as well come down. And the 42 makes a great move getting on a pit road. Makes a lot of passes.
And here's the thing, too, that you got to think, Chris. I mean, this is going to be, I would think, the final pit stop, right?
It should be, yes.
So, I mean, Mike Hamlin got a fast car. He worked his way up through there. And the people that are ahead of him are going to have to come down at some point. Like, possibly.
Oh, they will. Just a matter of when and how nice of a group do they have when it does. Mm-hmm. Right now, Gruenberg. Well, he did move down to the inside. There we go.
I think he's trying to help out the 98 of Fisher, too.
Yeah,
Not
I think
lose the draft. Oh, here they come. They're coming down pit road now. And that's what Mike Hamlin had on those guys right there.
so. Josh Klinger stays out. Klinger going to be our race leader. Jamie Walker in second. The 3 car, Corey Sherman, being scored 1 lap down. The 41, Dalton Kilroe, is in the 3rd spot. And Corey Sherman really needed a really good race here tonight. So far, he's not set up for it. He's running in the 18th position, 1 lap down. Needs to figure out a way to get back on the lead lap and gain some spots. Unfortunately for him, the backside of that 3 car damaged pretty good.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he would be able to do outside of the draft.
Now Josh Klinger, Dalton Kilroe, and Jamie Walker starting to come down. Amanda Sherman coming down to do their service.
So Matt Gruenberg going to become the race leader once again. It's going to be followed by Jordan McAvoy, Jeffrey Fisher, Brian Dees, Ty Morosco. Marquis Smith out there in the chat lane.
You're missing a good one, Marquise. You're missing a good one. We miss you out on track, buddy. I know. I know you got that 9 flag there hanging up in your room. So. It's a pretty big day. And Hendrick's Motorsports, you know, I'm not bragging. I'm just going to say they still brought it home.
So our pole sitter once again leads the way with Ty Morosco right behind him. Matt Gruenberg, Jordan McAvoy, Jeffrey Fisher, Derek Paulson, your top 6.
I don't know if I can be friends with anybody who hates plate racing. I don't know, Marquise. Just saying.
Mike Hamlin, who was leading the way or very close to leading the way before those last rounds of pit stops started, comes out in 8th spot behind Tanner Marr. We know that the 28 can push.
You know, honestly, I think you're right. It is. You don't know how it's going to go. It's anybody's race. I mean, that's one thing that I like about it, though. There's a lot of pressure. It's not usually follow the leader. Unlike right now, it is. Brian D is actually just called into race control. Said it's getting a little too dark here. I think we should call the race.
Didn't we have that happen last season where there was a unscheduled nighttime Talladega race and everybody had forgotten there were no lights?
Yeah, and the great thing about it is that we got almost halfway through before we noticed that it was getting a little too dark and that there was no lights on Talladega.
Yeah.
You know, being good guys like we are, Chris, and obviously I'm not going to complain about, you know, an extra couple hundred laps at Talladega. We started the race over again.
You know, a couple hundred miles. I don't know about laps.
Listen, we can do. I'm game for whatever you want to do, man. 24-hour Talladega. I'm game. As long as we have cars with headlights. Get the GT3s out there or something, you know, it'll be fun.
Now you're talking.
That's something that we got to really start thinking about too. We got to find a couple more drivers, man. 24 hours Daytona. Be here before we know it.
Yeah. Not sure if we're going to do that one in the Porsche or if we're going to get a different one, but we'll see.
We'll figure it out.
Might have to go back Ferrari. Anyways, Brian Dees, our pole sitter, with 15 laps to go, leads the way. I got to be honest right now, Rick. Team AV is looking really strong.
They are. 3 of them together right now. 3rd, 4th, and 5th place.
All night long, you couldn't find one driver from Team AV without another.
And James Miller back there in 9th position. He's got the 84 of Matt Hackathorn. So yeah, they're keeping it. Well, that's what you're supposed to do, man. That's why it's team racing.
Mark, it's always a Saturday night, bud. Saturday into Sunday.
I know what Mark Arthur setups can do at New Hampshire, Chris. Can you imagine what they would do on a Daytona road course?
Crash? I mean, yeah. I'm sure it's fine, except for it's fixed set. Nah, we don't do the Friday. We only do the Saturday. Friday one doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. Although I do like doing the 2 hour the week before. It's a nice primer.
Yeah, the 4 before the 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you talked me into that and put us into a Miata, yeah, that was great. Running around all those other fast cars.
It was awesome, bud. What are you talking about?
It was fun. And because he pushed me to do it in the Miata, I mean, I thought I did pretty good during our 24.
We did. Brian Dees, Tom Orozco, Gruenberg, your top three, getting ready to really start putting down some lap times here. 13 laps to go. Going to be 12 next time they cross the line. And now I think, Rick, is the time we're going to start seeing a little bit of movement.
I don't know. If I was Brian Dees, I'd just try to stay right where you're at.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the only way he wants to move is forward.
Probably on the radio right now with Time Roscoe saying, you know, if you don't keep pushing me to the win of this thing, I'm going to come over and you're going to get a real butt kicker.
All right, let's run down the drivers that are on the lead lap. Let's give everybody a good idea of what's going on here. So we've got Brian Dees, Tom Orozco, Matt Gruenberg, Jeffrey Fisher, Derek Paulson. That's your top five. Then it goes to Tanner Marr, Mike Hamlin, James Miller, Dalton Kilrow, and Jamie Walker as your top 10. Matt Hackathorn, Josh Klinger, Joshua Rutherford, Aaron Bockover, Jordan McAvoy, Brad Collins, and John Perkins. Those 17 drivers are the drivers on the lead lap. And here comes the 41 and the 88. They're going on the outside, and they are going together. And they're coming out of no. Look at the speed they've got. My Lord.
They are cruising.
Wow.
And, you know, Dalton Kilroy's been very, very quiet recently.
Dalton Kilroy and Jamie Walker shot out of a cannon. And to the race lead now is Dalton Kilroy. Jamie Walker right behind him. Where did that come from? You want to talk about some power late in this race? There it was.
You mean Chevy power?
I know. And I can't believe they didn't leave a ball joint through the corner. Absolutely amazing what they did through 1 and 2 that time by. And even more amazing, look at this on the outside lane. It's going to be Mike Hamlin doing it by himself, Rick. Mike Hamlin is sitting in the 4th spot looking for 3rd.
He's got the lone Dutchman coming up behind him to give him a little help, Chris.
Philip Van Vliet in the 89, the first car, 1 lap down, trying to get to the back door of the 28. He's going to give Mike Hamlin a shot. Oh, this outside lane is racy. If only they choose to do it. Van Vliet on the back bumper now of the 28. The 41 of Kilroy. Jamie Walker running 1 and 2. Brian Dees, our pole sitter, sitting in 3rd. I cannot get over the power and the move that Dalton Kilroy and Jamie Walker were able to do together. That was unreal. Heading through turns 1 and 2 now. And that inside line continues to be the dominant way around. The 17 maybe taking a peek to the outside, doesn't pull the trigger. Oh boy. Who is going to step out first and join those 2 cars on the outside? Will it be Dees ahead of him? Will it be Gruenberg behind him? Derek Paulson's there. Tanner Marr's there. Outside lane seems to have stalled a little bit now. Those 2 cars had a run, and now that they're together, seems to have stalled just a little bit as they start heading backwards. Tom Orozco in the 1, going to go by the 28. Oh, the 28 makes a great move down to the inside. Cuts the front doors right off from Gruenberg. But Mike Hamlin now sits in the 5th spot.
Look at Jamie Walker right up on the back bumper. Dalton Kilroy. Good little push there.
A 9-car breakaway.
Panamara looking to do something on the outside there with Van Vliet.
Look, everybody saw what you can do with 2 cars. Now it's just a matter of figuring out how the heck they did it and go again.
Oh, it was a double bow tie. I'm nothing against Phillip or anything, but looking at to make some food.
Dalton Kilroe up 20 positions to the race lead. Jamie Walker up 17 to be in second. Our pole sitter, Brian Dees, down 2 into third.
Look at Ty Morosco, Chris. He's up. He's the biggest mover of the race so far. 21 positions. Jamie Walker giving a good push to Dalton Kilroe once again. Tommy, just right before the corner starts.
This time by 5 fingers from the flagman, 5 laps to go. Now the pressure is going to start building. Who is going to make the next move, Rick? Who's going to do it? Who's going to pull it?
You know, I mean, drivers 1, 2, and 3 right now. Brian Dees, Jamie Walker, Dalton Kilroe leading this thing. You know, they got the yellow spoilers, man. I mean, they can get locked into the next round of 8 just by winning this thing. And you don't worry about the Roval. You don't worry about Kansas. I think he will, Marquis. We're not done yet. Brian D is starting to go on to the outside, bringing Ty Morosco with him, Chris. That's going to pick up Tanner Marr and Phillip Van Vliet.
Here we go. 2 by 2. Mike Hamlin closes the gap in. He is right on the back bumper of the 88 now. On the outside, Brian Dees, the sole stealer, trying to take one away. And to do it from the pole would be an absolutely amazing achievement here tonight. Brian Dees has been down a lap and now finds himself battling it out for the race lead.
Now they're all starting to scramble, Chris. What's going to happen?
Now you pick your line and you're committed. You gotta go. The outside line is moving as 17 of Brian Dees led the last lap across the line. Here comes the 41, Dalton Kilroe, trying to take it back. Oh, this one is going to be good right to the last lap. You just have that feeling next time by it's going to be popsicle sticks, slower traffic up ahead of our race leaders. We do not want that to affect this race.
Well, I will say that Amanda has called out and said, listen, we're going to stay high. You guys do whatever you want, but we are staying high. So, her and her husband, Corey, going to stay high.
Top side of the track. The 17, Brian Dees, takes a lead back away from Dalton Kilroe. Kilroe hits the sails. He is slow right now. Dalton Kilroe needs to get a good push from the 88. It's not going to happen. Now the 1 car looking to the outside. The 17 couldn't make it down low. 2 laps to go here at Talladega.
Man.
4 car getting a little sideways. That's Tanner Marr. He holds on and drops it to the inside. Meanwhile, the 3rd line starting to line up. It's going to be Jeffrey Fisher and Matt Gruenberg on the top side of the track. Down low, it's the 41 leading the way. Dalton Kilroe trying to win one. Mike Hamlin moves out to the 2nd line.
Jamie
Jamie Walker blinks hard. and
Oh, no.
very hard. That is not the time to do it, Jamie. Don't do it. White flag in the air one more time around this big circuit. Mike Hamlin moves down to the inside lane. Oh, man, here we go on the backstretch. Ty Morosco puts the bumper right to the 17 of Brian Dees. Morosco trying to push. The 41 trying to push Hamlin. Derek Paulson in the middle. He's wiggling. Tanner Marr trying to figure out what line he wants. Mike Hamlin on the inside has it by just a slight edge, and now the 41 gets squirrely. And they cross the line. Brian Dees from the pole is your race winner. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Brian Dees, Mike Hamlin, Ty Morosco, Dalton Kiro, Jeffrey Fisher, your top 5. Oh, man, is that going to make one happy soul stealer? Oh, you can see it on his face. Is he happy? He's smiling. How often do you see that?
Takes the pole, takes the checkers.
What a race for Brian Dees. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. That's not what I wanted to do. Unreal. Ty Morosco gonna get it back to the start finish line, but the barbecue starts underneath his hood. What a finish, and what a bunch of pressure off from the 17 of Brian Dees. Now he knows anything more he does between the next 2 races are just bonus points. Gotta love that feeling. We're going to step away for just a quick moment. We'll get a word in from Butt Kicker. When we return, we're going to talk to our top 3. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And we're back live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We've got our top 3 finishers ready to go. And unfortunately, Rick is going to have to be silent for the rest of it. But we'll start off with our 3rd place finisher, the driver of the number 1, who starts the barbecue early, Ty Morosco. Tell me you got some hot dogs going on underneath that hood.
Oh yeah, we do, because we are cooked. This thing is 800 degrees right now. It's fucking hot. It's burning up. I don't even know if I can pull off.
Well, buddy, you did what you needed to do at the end. You came in 3rd spot. Why don't you take me through your race and tell me how it feels to be the top running Ford Mustang out there tonight?
You know, the top running Ford Mustang, can't think anything about that. But during the whole race, it was I don't know, I started in the back. I was just sitting in the back, and then, you know, trying to pit with the guys that we were together with. And so I moved up to the front. And then I was kind of just stuck up front all day, and it kind of just worked out that way. Pushing Brian to the win, big thing. You know, S&M right there, big win for us, big win for Brian. I was just happy to push him, and, you know, I burnt the motor up doing it, but it was all worth it.
It is worth it in the end. Who do you have on the one that you need to thank tonight? Ty?
I don't think I did that.
Did you fall off your chair, bud?
No, I get somebody else in my ear, but it's all right. MF Racing Designs, Ford Mustang was fast tonight, obviously. And, you know, Michael, great paints. Check him out on Facebook. Awesome paints he does. He's done all my paints this season. You guys, I know you guys are leaving at the end of the season, but you guys have done a great job for us for the past 4 years. Mark making the setups, doing the time, making the setups. I know he's going to have a really good setup for next week at the Roval. So just all that. And Brian, you're welcome.
Well, no more needs to be said than that. Ty Marosco, driver of the number 1, bringing it home in 3rd spot tonight. And that is going to bring us over to our 2nd place finisher. It's going to be the driver of the number 28. And what a race he had. Mike Hamlin, Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, bud, I'll tell you, that 28 was doing just about anything you asked to do tonight, short of a race win. Why don't you take me through your race?
Yeah, we missed a couple of wrecks, hung on to it, got lucky. We missed the stages, though. Cautions kind of came at a bad time for us. But other than that, it was good. I was just trying to do what I could to get up front. My teammate at Limitless, my buddy Euro Dave Seats got wrecked. So, we just had to bring it home, do what we could.
Man, what a job you did, bud. Who do you have on the 28 that you need to thank?
My buddy Jordan from Full Send Graphics does my paints for me. Does a great job, gets us here.
Yeah, I saw dual punishers out there. I thought we were going to have a good night. We certainly did. Mike Hamlin, congratulations on your 2nd place finish.
Thanks, bud. Wish we could have brought it home.
Oh, I do too. That would have been great. And that is the driver of the number 28 getting it done in the 2nd spot. That's going to give us just one more guy to talk to, affectionately known as the Soul Stealer, the driver of the number 17. And, it's funny. I picked on him a little bit, saying that paint job didn't do a very good job for him last week. He brings it home to the pole this week. And from the pole, a race win. It's going to be Brian Dees. Brian, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you guys.
Oh, buddy. This is cool because we're all seeing you smile. Is no souls getting reaped tonight or what?
I might have to give everybody a break on tonight. This is kind of, I think, in my mind, been a long time coming. Finally didn't make any mistakes on pit road. Didn't really make any mistakes all night. I'm pumped.
We're going to get to that in just a second. I'll do it right now. Fine. No mistakes on pit road. You did find yourself down a lap, though, at one point during the race. You were able to get that back. And obviously, at the end, here you are finding yourself battling it out for the race win. What got you there, and who do you have to thank?
Well, as far as what got me here, definitely got to thank that number 1 car, Ty Marosco. My teammate every week, he gets the huge assist for that win. He pushed me straight to that win. So yeah, definitely gotta thank him. Yeah, you mentioned the time I got down a lap there. Kind of, I guess, maybe made a mistake on the strategy. We're coming to the end of the stage. Coming into this, I was just trying to get as many points as possible to try to find my way into the next round. So I wanted to stay out, get the stage win there, get the 10 points plus the playoff point there. But was able to get the lucky dog, get back to the lead lap, found my way back to the front, and no mistakes from there. And like I said, Ty pushed me to the win.
Oh, it's a hell of a night, a hell of a teammate too, to push you to the win and start cooking you hot dogs right here on the start finish line. Brian, you said it's been a long time coming to see this win. And first of all, what does it mean to you tonight? But more importantly, what does it mean to you going forward into this championship run, knowing that you're locked in to the round of 8?
That's the huge thing. Like I said, coming into this race, I was just looking for as many points as possible to try to make it to the next round. Now that I'm locked in, that's definitely a huge relief. So that definitely feels good. I don't got to be as stressed, for the next 2 rounds. So yeah, especially with the Roval next week, you never know what can happen there. So definitely feels pretty good.
All right, bud. Well, I am going to let you go celebrate with your teammate, Ty Marosco. Congratulations. Pole to P1 here tonight for Brian Dees.
Just real quick, also got to thank TRJ Karting for sponsoring the league.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Yeah, sorry. I'm so pumped I don't even know what I'm saying at the moment. But also gotta thank MFRD, Michael Falk, MF Racing Designs. He started sponsoring me. I'm an official MFRD guy now, so that's pretty awesome. Also got to thank Buck Kicker for sponsoring the league. Thank Corey at Savage Edge for the Good Luck T-shirt tonight. And then a special shout out to Work in Progress Racing. Kind of joined up with them tonight, so they were in chat with us along with Kyle Wellman and Ian Habiak. So thanks for helping me out with the strategy and all teaming up together. And I feel it's a team win. They might think different, but that's okay.
Well, if you're working together and one of you won, guess what? You're right.
There you go.
It's a team win. All right, Brian Dees, driver of the number 17. And I guess he's going to keep that paint job. I don't know. I'm going to go with yes. And pretty awesome stuff. We can't thank everybody enough for tuning in here tonight. And we're going to see you next week. The round of 12 continues next week from the Charlotte Roval, live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah.